Let me guess. You're not interested in hanging out with your classmates. They talk about girls, cars, booze and marijuana and so on. Then this video is for you. So please give me some time. I would like to share my opinion on this matter. I was probably more fortunate. Because when I was studying and I was drinking, I myself was such a fidget. And therefore many who were around me were my like-minded people. And I, so to speak, was not completely different from them. So I had a company. But what would I do if I were now acceptable in your place? Just some general thoughts. Well, firstly, guys, if you are in some kind of ignore in terms of communication, then you need to translate this into a plus. You need to make sweet and tasty lemonade from sour lemon. So make lemonade out of lemon in a very simple way. You have time. You buy time while others spend that time partying and being young. You buy time to invest in your skills. Now this is not about business, friends. Business is not a panacea at all. You are investing in skills that will help you in the future both in business and in your career. It will be something universal that will help you in any business. In terms of professional success. Invest in English or you can invest in sports but don't get carried away. Some additional skills. Literature. But just a lot of reading, guys. Reading is good, but the problem is that many reading do not start doing. I read a textbook on public speaking, but did not learn how to speak. When you invest in a skill, you specifically learn how to perform. Here. Invest in specific skills. English. Public speaking. Read books and implement in life. Look for where to practice. Find a circle where speakers gather. Ask for it somewhere. You have time. Maybe even you are an outcast in the class. You have time. The time that others do not have. And believe me, you will thank me later because I once did not follow this advice and regretted it very much. I'm not talking about the need to move away from everyone. Break away and not communicate with anyone. No, don't do that. Learn to communicate with the people around you. Yes. Perhaps around you now is not an ideal society. Learn to communicate with them. I'm not telling you to spend all the time together. It won't work. You have tritely different interests. But learn how to keep the conversation going. It's an investment in your skill. You will have to communicate with different people in life. And not always the most pleasant. And this is a very cool skill. You will be able to find a common language with them. This is the next advice I would like to give you. Further, don't worry that you may not be popular in your circle right now. Because this is just a temporary period. Believe me. It will never be like this after school. My world turned upside down. And I realized what I was really capable of. Because opportunities opened up. The age is already completely different. In school, we have a lot of limits and restrictions. Such as age, parents, and in general. There is not much we can do socially. Our business is to study. But then after 18 years there can already be a normal start. Therefore, when you move on to growing up, when you are preparing for adulthood, the more skills and experience you come up with, the cooler it is. How cool was it for you to chat or hang out somewhere? Why do you need this experience? Many people really waste time in their youth. This experience will not give you anything. But I'm not saying it shouldn't be. It should be. Walking with girls, chatting, playing football in the yard, it's all cool. But if you are, let's say, not the most popular person in your class or school, then you have time that others don't have. If you invest it wisely, then when everyone tries to get these skills, you will already be engaged in entrepreneurship, maybe business, maybe go into youth politics. You will already begin to apply all this while others are just learning. You are already applying it and you are always one step ahead. You see, this will be a great entry into your adult life. But it will be much easier in everything. What can be universal skills that are useful? I have already said. It is language. Public speaking. Learn to communicate. I have a video about communication. Communication with the opposite sex. I'm not saying that you should immediately bring everything to an intimate relationship. Just learn how to communicate. Invite on dates. Understanding girls is a very important skill. Because you can make one mistake in life. And you can cross something out for yourself. Therefore, learn to understand them. But do not try to get closer. Sex is not an end in itself. Here are some tips I can give you, friends. If you like them, found something useful among my tips, write now in the comments what did you like the most. Leave a like if you like the video. And friend, I believe that everything will be fine with you. See you next videos.